It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Boss Brewing Company, and it's a can of their Bubble Trouble Bubblegum Pale Ale, coming in at 4.5% ABV in a 440 can. This one is available in Lidl for £1.79, but be very quick. It's part of their Lidl Beer Festival and they generally last for a week or so. It will go pretty quick, so get up there, pick it up, give it a go. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. I am going to say at this stage, now I'm not one for drama. I've been on YouTube too long to get involved in the drama, but I want to mention at one stage, at this stage of the beer review, that there was a bit of a vicious rumour going around that this beer had been recalled because of some problems with the barrels. And it turns out, I had a conversation with the owner of Boss Brewing Company. Actually, it's not true. It wasn't true. There was no problems with the beer. And it's, I don't know, I just think, why does that type of thing happen? Why does it happen? Why? We're in such tough times already in 2021. I think the brewery needs to be given a bit of a chance. Now, bearing in mind, all these beers are £1.79. They're bargain basement craft beer. I've had some decent ones from Lidl though in the past, the Craft Beer Festival. I'm always quietly confident that they can produce some good beers at that price point of £1.79. Let's see what Boss can do then for that £1.79 price point. We got a one finger white head, a golden amber coloured beer, slow moving carbonation. It looks okay, quite clear to look at. Let's get the aroma. It just smells like Hubba Bubba, but that's kind of the point. It's called a bubblegum pale ale. There's no really getting away from that. I mean, you're going to pick that up on the supermarket shelf and you're either going to put it back because you don't fancy tasting Hubba Bubba in your beer, or you're going to buy it and give it a go. That's like strawberry tropical bubblegum as a kid. It smells quite interesting actually. Let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, wow, that is, it's divisive. I can tell it's divisive straight away. I've had a lot of comments. When are you going to get round to your bubblegum pale ale review? Couple people like it, lots of people don't like it. Ooh, but I've been to Belgium, you know. I've been to Belgium and I've drank some of these kind of blondes and triples and doubles from Belgium, and this has got a distinct, even though it's artificial, even though it's bubblegum flavour. I mean, right. I think the brewery could have named it slightly different. Okay, they've called it a pale ale, which it is. It's pale, it's ale, but people see pale ale these days as really hoppy beer, really kind of passion fruit, mango, grapefruit, that kind of jobby. Doesn't necessarily have to be like that. It's pale, it's an ale. But I just think there's a little bit of confusion in the naming of this beer. If this beer was called Bubblegum Blonde, and it kind of treaded down the Belgian path, I think people would be all over this. It's mindset. It's what you're expecting before you've even opened a can. And that you're expecting passion fruit, mango, grapefruit, orange peel, fleshy blood orange. Because that's what you usually expect from a pale ale. I think it's a really, really interesting beer. I really do. It was literally the talk of my weekend. Lots of people talking to me about this. Other beer reviewers talking to me about this. Have I done it? Am I going to review it? I had lots of comments. Am I going to do it? It's got a very distinct, slightly kind of hairspray flavour going from start to finish. But then again, some of the best Belgian blonde beers have that very, very distinct, very dry, almost like hairspray, peppery, spicy flavour going on. Undoubtedly, this is bubblegum flavour. But it's just changed it into Belgian blonde beer. That's what I'm picking up anyway. I've been to some fantastic microbreweries and small kind of out of the way breweries in Belgium. You wouldn't even know they were there type of thing. You go in, you go through a little doorway, a little archway, and then you're into this cellar, this brewery cellar where you'll see a brewmaster in the corner swirling his glass. And I've had some terrific blondes in Belgium where they kind of weirdly tasted like this. And I just want to say at this stage as well, just because I spoke to the brewer on Twitter doesn't mean I'm standing here going, yeah, I've given you a 2 thumbs up, I like your beer because we spoke all weekend on Twitter. It's nothing to do with that either. I think it's the fact that so many people said they didn't like the beer, that I went into the beer review thinking, I'm probably not going to like it. And I think in that mindset, actually, I like it. It's not as bad as first thought. And again, it's £1.79. Nobody's asking you to part with £6 or £7 for a can of this. Because I think if I did as well at the same time, I would be probably disappointed if I spend £5, £6, £7 on a can of this from maybe a local craft bottle shop. But I haven't. I bought it in Lidl for £1.79 and it weirdly tastes like a Belgian blonde ale. Spicy, peppery, very drinkable, very refreshing for that 4.5% ABV. If there's any criticism to come from my end, I think they should go ahead and embrace the beer, embrace the fact that it tastes like a Belgian blonde, and maybe even call it a bubblegum blonde. That would be equally as wacky and fun as to call it a pale ale. But rating, for the money, for that real cheap price point for a craft beer, I have had a lot worse. And as a pale ale, it's not very much of a pale ale. But if it was a blonde, yeah, brilliant. I like it. It's not going to blow everybody's mind, but I like it enough to give it a 6 out of 10. It's a 6 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!